Welcome back, everybody. You can see we are undocking here in Azban City. Aranin's system. That is the very starting system for at least beta at the moment. And we are heading out to take a look at conflict zones. Kind of explain what those are about for you guys, and show you how much fun they can be. So let's go ahead and boost out here real quick. Stick on our flight assist off, or stick off our flight assist rather. Lets you cruise at 400 without having to boost constantly. And that gets us out of being mass locked, so charge up our drive here, jump into Super Cruise, and in Aranin, currently actually in beta at the moment, there's only one conflict zone, and it is to be found at Aranin 2. So let's go ahead and actually, there's Aranin 2. Cool. That worked out pretty well for us. But conflict zones are essentially combat zones that you are able to choose your side in, and it allows you to not only collect bounties, but it does also allow you to kind of cash in on any missions that you might have that would be applicable. So for example, I currently have a destroy Aranin forces. As long as I kill 5 Aranin pilots, then I'm able to earn, I think it was 1,250 credits on top of the whatever bounties I collect off of the pilots I kill in the first place. Normally I don't do, I don't kill the resident system dwellers. I'll actually side with the Aranin to fight the feds. Number one, because the Aranin fighters seem to be a little bit better, but also because, you know what, screw the man. So, tell you what, I will kind of fast forward so you don't have to watch me Super Cruise all the way there. And when you join me once again, we will be in the thick of it. See you in a minute. Alright, so we are a little bit closer. I did say it would be in the thick of it, but I did forget to mention that you will have to be pretty close to Aranin 2 in order to see the signals. And the first thing you usually end up running across is the Federal Distress Signal. Now, it is very similar circumstance to the conflict zone in that you choose a side and you fight for them. You kill the other side, etc., etc. Alright, here we are. We have jumped into the conflict zone. It does take a minute for everybody to jump in and kind of get to it. But the way that you choose your side is actually over here in your functions panel. And you're going to be looking at the faction, choose faction. Now I do have a kill Aranin mission, so I'm actually going to be siding with the Federation. This gives you a clearly defined parameter for your fighting, but it also means that when you kill somebody, you'll actually get credit for bounties. So if you do not choose a faction but just start shooting people, and people are already shooting me, let's get to it, then I don't believe you'll actually be able to collect on any bounties, unfortunately. So here we go. Let's start popping some Sidewinders. And I am in a Cobra Mark III. Come here, Buck. Let's switch over to our weapon systems a little bit. And you do have to be careful because NPCs tend to enjoy not only stopping very, very quickly, but then they speed up, and oftentimes if you are stuck in the wrong place, you will get rammed and often killed. So you gotta be careful. Dang it, this guy is bugging me. Alright, there you are. So it is going to be a bit of a tougher fight for me to kill these guys just because the Aranin fighters are a little bit better than the feds. But no worries, we are going to light them up like a Christmas tree. Now, as you can see, I'm using multiple weapon systems. I'm mixing lasers with projectiles, and that is a good thing to do, but make sure that, for example, you're not doing what I'm doing, where you have a non-gimbaled. Let's switch back to lasers real quick. Projectile weapons, because when you have a gimbaled, even though they do a little bit less damage, they're hitting far more often. And as you can see, I don't have gimbaled lasers. So if I'm able to simply worry about shooting... Yeah, he is about to go down in a ball of flame. He's just going to let me line him up, at least. There we go. Yeah, I'm no ace pilot, but this is really the way to cut your teeth in combat, so that, you know, once it gets to release, there we go, 350 credit bound. And that's going to be the same for pretty much everything, including the anacondas that you'll find in the Federal Distress Beacon. So the time and the energy and the ammo that it takes to kill an anaconda might not be worth, might not be worth your time. Since it is far easier to take on some of the lighter stuff. And it looks like they have Holler working as a heavy defense craft. So you know what, let's go after that. Unless, can we help our buddy over here? Yeah, let's go help our Fed buddy. And switch over to our lasers. So I did forget to gimbal my projectiles, as I was stating earlier, because then you only really have to worry about using your lasers to really be on point, since they are instantaneous, and then your projectiles will follow suit on their own, which works out really, really well. Let me get a little bit closer. Stole my kill! Stole my kill! Oh. So you do have to be careful because, of course, this game only counts the kill for you if you have the very last hit. It's pretty annoying, and I'm not sure I completely agree with that. You should have some form of, I need to be closer, this is out of range. You should have some sort of credit being given to you for doing, you know, most of the damage or what have you. And because he's such a large target, we're able to easily just utilize all of our weapon systems. No problem, he's gonna be ours. And what last 1% is, there we go. Boom, shakalaka. Here we go. And it looks like we've gotten the majority of the airmen pilots taken care of. Let's see how we're doing on our mission. We've only got 2 out of 5, so let's keep going until we hit that 5. If at all, that might have been it, actually. In which case, I will actually hop over and show you guys the Federal Distress Beacon. Because this conflict zone actually does seem to have a bit of an ending. Or at least they're not going to be jumping in for a while. So let's retract our guns and charge up our super cruise. But the Federal Distress Beacon actually is pretty much a constant fight, and the enemies seem to spawn in about 3 at a time. So it is non-stop action, and that pretty much means non-stop money making for you if you're a pretty good pilot, rather. Let's turn off our assist off there, put it back on, rather. Alright, here we are, and this also has a dreadnought. The Impeccable, as it would be. And as you can see, the hull is at 6%, but that'll never change. Time to pick our side, and of course it is still going to be the Feds, unfortunately, since we need to finish off that mission. And like I said before, this is a constant combat zone. You are going to be flying and shooting to save your life. And I would suggest that, due to the nature of the AI at the moment, since you do tend to get rammed or sometimes ganged up on, and depending on your personal skill level on flying, and part of, you know, which side you choose, you may want to make a choice on how many bounties you want to collect at a time. You know, you might want to start off at 5, and once you're kind of comfortable with the whole situation, I'm around 15. You know, I can comfortably get about 15 kills, and then that'll make around 5,000 or 6,000 credits before, you know, I lose it all. And it also gives you a chance to reload if you're using projectile weapons, repair any damage that you might have taken in the fights. And let's, yeah, these guys are much tougher than the feds. They hit a little harder, they're a little smarter, and they're flying. And right now I'm a little bit distracted trying to talk for you guys. But let's go ahead and show this guy we're not messing around. He seems to only want to come straight on, so trying to give him a bit of a difficult target to hit, but okay, he wants to try to slam into me. Let's get a little bit of distance on him. There we go. And let our shields recharge. We're at 84% hull, not too big a deal. I'm going to do a bit of an assist off. And right now I have mouse and keyboard. You're not going to be able to do some of the, really ace maneuvers that you would if you were, say, using a stick. And that's a clear advantage that somebody with a stick is going to have over you. But as long as you know your... There we go, our shields are back up, but not too high. So let's see if we can't take him out before... There we go. Target shields online as he dies. Interesting. Alright, he's dead. And we are free to get back into the fray. Now, you want to make sure you keep an eye on your power distribution when you're in a fight. This will allow you to kind of balance out whether you're focused on really gunning somebody down, getting away, with your engines, or, as my case would be right now, recharging your shields so that you don't get pot shots taking chunks out of your hull. And you want to at least try to make at least one tick mark in systems at all times, just because no tick marks means that it will never recharge at all. So slow recharge is better than no recharge. Let's go after this guy. It's a little bit out of our range. There he is. And so if you want to try to utilize... Yeah, I see him. If you want to try to utilize assist off, I would suggest only doing it when you're chasing or trying to run away by boosting and then turning it off. Keeps you in a straight line of a single vector. Hold on one second. Alright. And utilize your lateral thrusters a lot. You're going to need to learn to use Q and E as well as R and F on a regular basis, because that will greatly increase your ability to maneuver and sometimes outmaneuver. And as you can see, it's really hard to hit without gimbaled multi-cannons. And let's go ahead and... As you see, I'm not only panning up, but I am also hitting R and F to try to kind of counteract his tight turns. The Sidewinder can stay under a Cobra pretty easily, so you want to be aware that if you're in something of a larger ship, you're going to have to fight a little different than if you were in a Sidewinder. Let's go ahead and track this guy down and light him up. Come here. Man, this guy's tough to track down. There we go. Okay, now my shields are offline, so since we're in a bit of a duel, I have a stronger tank. It's just a matter of working him down and making sure I get more shots off than he does, and that he doesn't try to run into me. Come here, you little punk. Maybe choosing the Arid inside was not great for a video, but, at least it'll give you guys an idea of what you'd be up against. There we go. Come here. Man, he's annoying. I am doing my best to try to take care of this little gnat on my windshield, but... And now mine are back down. Cool. Alright, so we're just going to boost away a little bit. We're down to 69 hull. And flight assist off to try to do a bit of a Starbuck maneuver. See if we can't flip around, shoot him while we are on that trajectory. at a constant rate of speed. It is a bit tough, and he is taking chunks out of me, so... Alright. This is one of those times where, you know, if you feel way too threatened, you might want to retract your guns and really get out of there, spool up your drive, kind of a thing. Which, you know what, I think we're going to do. So, here we go. Would be embarrassing to die on camera, I suppose. So, I guess that gives you guys a bit of an idea of what to expect when you go into a conflict zone or federal distress beacon. And as I said before, currently there's only those two at Aranon 2. So if you really want to get immediately into PvP and, you know, have a team to back you up, kind of a thing, then I highly suggest cutting your teeth on one of those two. The conflict zone seems a little bit easier to kind of ease into it, and I'm suddenly realizing how redundant some of my terminology is turning out to be. But anyways, heading on to Asban, we can make sure we don't lose the 3 bonds that we did get, so we'll turn those in. That'll hopefully pay at least for some of our ammo, and we'll repair and get back into it. I won't bother you guys with the details of finishing off that mission, but I hope you guys definitely did enjoy this. It's a lot of fun to really get into the dogfighting aspect of Elite. I think that's one of its strongest aspects, and it's a lot of good practice for when you have to run into actual people that want to interdict you or prey upon you. So thanks for watching, and I hope you guys will definitely join me again in later videos. There's going to be plenty more to come, so hit that like and subscribe to make sure that you don't miss any of them, and leave a comment if you think something was of particular note. If you really enjoyed the video, let me know, and I will be seeing you guys later.